All right, guys, welcome back to GTG. We're going to continue on our journey to understand mental health, trying to address some of the stressors that could lead to someone ending their own story. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a medical advisor. I don't know anything about your health or your mental state. But if you could please type GTG in the comments to let me know that you're good to go. Like the video, please. Today, I brought in someone who helped me out when I was in a tough situation. I was trying to get something done with my house that I was told I couldn't do for whatever reason. But he helped me out. So who are you? What do you do?
So my name is Juan Silva. What I do, I'm a mortgage loan officer. Been doing it for the last 7 years. Prior to that, I was in agriculture for 3 years. And I'm an NAU alumni. I was a dual major. But that's the gist of it.
All right. So how long have you been doing the lending?
Then it's 7 years.
7 years?
Yep.
So how much should one have saved up in order to buy a house here in today's market?
There's a lot of misconceptions. The biggest one I think that I hear the most common one is going to be I have to have 20% down. There's a lot of programs out there that's not necessarily true that you need to have the 20% down. Obviously, if you do, it helps you out tremendously. The whole scenario, everybody's scenario is different. So we got to analyze everything. But long story short, there's programs out there that possibly you could come with no money down out of your pocket.
All right. I remember when I bought my first house, actually, there was a first time homeowners loan service thing or something that being that you're a first time home buyer, they helped you out a lot more than they would if you had bought 2 or 3 houses already.
Correct. So first-time home buyers consider anybody that hasn't owned a home in the previous 3 years. Some programs, down payment assistance programs, they require you to be a first-time home buyer, which they help you with your down payment. And but keep in mind, there's still closing costs involved. So whether or not, if the seller pays all your closing costs and the down payment assistance program pays all your down payment, then that's the opportunity that you have to come out of pocket with no money down.
All right. Man, I remember that feeling of buying my first house. I thought I was on top of the world for a long time. But in today's world, I don't know. I mean, when I decided to buy this house, I was like, you know what? This is the person I'm going to go see. But are there steps that you should take?
Yeah.
Like prior to going out? Should you get with the bank first to figure out what you qualify for? Or should you just...
Yeah, I would highly recommend getting pre-qualified first. The most common, even when I first bought my home, looking into it, obviously I wasn't a loan officer, but I started looking at houses and I called a realtor. That's your most common. Everybody's going to take that step. But essentially, I mean, what good is it for you to be looking at homes if you don't even know if you can actually purchase it?
I know for a while there was a lending company out here who you'd go see them because you wanted to buy a house, and they would say, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z with your credit before you even come talk to us. Do you guys do that also?
Yeah, absolutely. So for whatever given reason you meet with us, we review your whole loan application. And if you're not ready, that's okay. So that's what we're also here for, is to help you achieve that goal of becoming a homeowner. Whatever it takes, like how you mentioned, if you have to work on your credit or whatever it may be. There are some credit repair companies out there. They charge you a monthly fee, monthly subscription. We technically don't do exactly the same, but really similar, and we do it free of charge.
I'd rather not pay than have to pay.
Right?
Would you recommend people looking into a trust to put their house in a trust so their name's not attached to it, or?
I mean, everybody's situation is different. A trust is definitely a benefit of owning a home. There's different types of trusts out there. I'm not an attorney, so if you want a lot of in-depth information, I highly advise to seek them out there. Any attorney to go over that with you, but there's definitely benefits for that, just due to the fact if anything was to ever happen to you, there's something out there who is going to be the beneficiary for that property. And then also, because it does cost some money to get a trust, and everybody's situation is different. You can simply just get a beneficiary's deed. You can get that notarized, and technically, maybe the county charges like $30 to record that beneficiary's deed. So I can also let you know that's a good step to take just in case if anything was to ever happen to you, then they know who that property is going to go to.
I know with the way that houses are right now and the prices, everyone's afraid to go out and buy. Would it be better to look for like a full foreclosure? And if they did find something that was in their budget, would you guys be able to help out with something? Or are there programs out there that could allow you to put in repair costs?
Yeah, there's loans out there. The two renovation loans is what we call them. It's your FHA, your 203K. And then for conventional, you have your home style renovation loan. So just depending though what repairs you need, if it's just cosmetic and the home is habitable, so you can still live in it, then you probably don't need that type of loan. But let's just say the kitchen's missing or bathroom's not fully completed, whatever the case may be, you can definitely look at those renovation loans. Yeah.
Do you wish that you would have started a little bit earlier doing this, or are you happy that you did the ag before you did the lending?
Yeah, I think I'm happy that I did the ag before because it was a wake up call for me. When I was in that business, it got to a point where I just wasn't happy. So that's when I decided to get out of the industry. I did a little bit of research. And once I got into the real estate industry, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be a realtor. I don't want to go show homes. I don't want to get down in 120-degree weather. The AC is not even on. I'm just not hey, here you go. I'm more of a numbers guy. So more analytical, I should say. So that's what brought me into lending. I love numbers. I love what I do. And like you said, just having a customer tell me like, oh, thank you for all your help. It was a pleasure working with you. You helped me achieve my goal, my dream of owning this home. Like until you do it, then that's when you know like that feeling. Yeah. So obviously you have a different feeling when you purchase a home. Same thing for me though. I don't get it all the time. I'm going to be honest with you. But when I get it and it's sincere, it's a great feeling.
I bet those feelings come after like a hard package that got pushed through by the skin of your teeth. Like, man, we tried forever to get you qualified and finally we got it.
Yeah. I mean, if you go through a journey, absolutely, and the main thing is if the customer doesn't give up, they really want it. Because I can only help you as much as you want to help yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can give you all the knowledge do this, and then, but if you don't end up doing it, I can follow up with you. But after a while, I mean, it's kind of like beating a dead horse, if that person doesn't want to help themselves or they really don't want to achieve that goal, then it's going to be a little bit complicated. But yeah, it's a great feeling. Obviously, if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be, a month, 2 months, it's a great feeling getting that thank you from the customer, a sincere thank you. Yeah.
It sounds like you have your good and bad times. So when you're dealing with those, I don't want to say problemsome customers because obviously it's buying a house is stress.
Yeah,
like 100% stress. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing for your mental health? Like,
so
at the end of the day,
I actually do my mental health kind of at the beginning of the morning. For me, mental health, I like to be constantly learning information. For me, it's just if I stop learning something, I feel like my mental health is not there. Everybody has a different definition, I'm sure, for mental health, but this is just me. So I listen to podcasts every morning for at least an hour and a half. I do that. And then obviously hobbies always good. That's more when I do after in the evenings or on the weekends if I have time. Yeah.
I used to listen to a lot of YouTube. I mean, I guess you can call them podcasts, but there are shows, but it was like an all day thing for me, and it was all about crypto.
Oh, okay.
So I was ingesting 5 to 6 hours of crypto daily.
Nice.
So at any point in time, like I'm not a financial advisor at all, but if you ask me where whatever crypto was at, I can tell you that where it was at within cents.
Nice.
So I don't know. It was just me for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, I like to I listen to various podcasts, work related. Brian Buffini, he's an awesome realtor, but he gives you insights of the market. George Gatman, that's economics. So my job, interest rates, has to deal with economics. So
where are interest rates going? I don't know what they're at. What 5-6% right now? Low sixes.
it all depends. Once again, there's so many variables involved when it comes to an interest rate or how much money am I going to need, whatever it may be. But just to give you a ballpark, you're looking somewhere in the 6s, 7s. Maybe you can buy them down to the 5s.
Because I know a lot of people are afraid to buy now because the prices are too high, the interest rates are too high. Mm-hmm. My thing has always been the interest rate is going to be the interest rate. There's ways to. What I've done, and I'm not a financial advisor, but if you do your income tax and then you get that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in January, most people are like, I'm going to go on vacation. What I've done is I take that money and I put it as a principal payment to my house.
Okay.
And regardless of what your interest rate is, you're gonna nick at it.
Correct.
Every time you do that, you're taking more. Because if you look at what's like the last sheet or the second to last sheet of the paperwork that you sign when you buy the house, mm-hmm. It tells you what your interest or how much you're paying in interest a year.
Correct.
And the thing that messed me up was the first time that I actually looked at it. I mean, because you're buying a house, you're excited signing. But the one time that I looked at it, like actually read what was going on, you see that you're paying a lot of interest in the beginning of your loan. And as that loan goes throughout the 30 years,
correct,
that interest drops. In the first 2 years, I only made, or the principal payment was only like $3,000. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
so you're referring to the amortization schedule.
Yeah.
So the amortization schedule, typically most common is 30-year loan. So that's 360 payments, if I'm not mistaken. And you're correct. For the first 10 years, the majority of your monthly payment is going towards interest. So what you're doing, you're re-amortizing your loan. Every time you make an additional principal payment, let's just say hypothetically, your rate, it's at 7%. And you do those $3,000 every year or whenever you can, or $50 a month, $100 a month, you're not paying that 7%. You're paying less. But if you make your monthly payment minimum requirement for 30 years, you're going to pay that 7%.
Yeah. Like I said, it's something that I noticed. And I was like, you know what? If this is, because I know to take your loan down, you have to pay your principal payment. That's why people try to do that bi-monthly payment, because you actually get an extra payment per year.
Yeah, and the way that works is if you do bi-monthly payments, then there's 26 weeks. So essentially, you're going to make 13 payments. Some companies allow it, so it's all up to your servicing company. And other ones don't, but they refer you to a third party. Oh, you can set up an account with them, and basically they charge you to set you up in a biweekly payment. Simplest thing I can say is you can do it yourself. As long as let's say $1,000 is your monthly payment, as long as once a year you apply $1,000 towards your principal, essentially you're doing the same thing.
So essentially just your income tax.
Yeah, I mean, if
like I said, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, a routine that I've got myself into. Instead of saying, I'm going to save up and have a vacation, or I'll save up like normal and do a vacation, but then I'll take that income tax and I'll throw it toward the house because it's the biggest bill.
Yeah. And then, keep in mind, some people don't get a tax refund. Some people have to pay taxes. So everybody's situation is different. Long story short, as long as you make additional payments towards the principal, it's definitely helping you, and you're not paying that interest rate, whatever your note may be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't want to pay it anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? But hey,
I want to be a squatter in my own house.
But you're doing great. If you're, I mean, not typically, you're right. Somebody gets a tax refund. Hey, I want those new tires. I want those new rims, or I want this designer purse, or I want whatever it may be. You know, it's a want.
Yeah.
So they go out and spend it versus, I mean, I wouldn't disagree with what you're doing. You're investing in yourself, definitely.
I mean, no one else is investing into me. So what you got going for 2024? It's the beginning. We're about to hit St. Patty's Day.
Yep.
What you got going for the rest of the year?
I don't have any big plans for the rest of the year. I don't have a planned vacation. And are you referring to personal business?
I mean, it could be either. Like I said, I don't make many plans, but the one thing that I do have coming up is that mental health hike we have going in May, but at the end of May.
Okay.
But that's the only thing that I have planned, and that's, I want to take these guys over there and show them a bunch of Marines in short shorts because I know they love that stuff.
No, so then you like going on hikes to no, but so because you
So I've been on hikes and I can hike, but if I say, hey, you know what, on my off time, I'm going to go find this mountain to walk up, and I've done, these legs have miles on them from the military.
I bet.
Miles, and I've done hikes. And I'm a West Coast Marine, so I did the Crucible on the West Coast. So these East Coast guys they don't understand that I walked up a mountain one time and I thought it ended like 17 times, and it just kept going. And then we walked into the clouds and it just kept fucking going.
So then that hiking trip, it's not really the hiking. Is it you and your boys getting together and doing something?
No,
is that
it's
what the
actually-
mental health is?
No, it's actually a program
okay.
that's in San Diego, or it's not the program. Someone organized it, and it's in San Diego.
Okay.
It's called a Silky Psych. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I know that it's for mental health.
Cool.
I just got a screenshot of it, and I was like, "Yo, I'm down. Like, if we're doing it for the boys, I'm all for it."
And how many days is it, or is it one day?
It's
thing?
1 day. It's like 6
1
miles.
day. Oh, okay.
It's like 6 miles.
Okay.
I mean, it's not much. I mean, I've done a 3-day hike with 100 pounds on my back, but I mean, I'm not going to say that it was fun, but I'd do it again.
Nice. Oh, so you would do it
Oh
again?
yeah.
Okay.
Just to compare and contrast, like, can I still do it? Do I still got it? Is the dog still in there?
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta wake up the beast.
oh, and no, he's in there.
He's in there.
I don't know if he's ever asleep. It takes a lot of violence to get this peaceful.
Okay.
It's something that I heard a long time ago. So what is your 5-year plan?
As far as personal.
Personal. I mean, unless you plan on opening up something to have
No.
your own lending company.
Personal. I would say at least grow my net worth by 20%. I think that's kind of achievable. 5%. Well, take that back. It's 4%, right?
I don't
Yeah, 4% a month for the 5 years gives you the 20.
Well, I mean, I have my plan,
Okay.
and thanks to you, I'm on track.
There you go.
But I threw a bunch of money at crypto. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's kind of scary out there, and if I lose, then I lose. But if I win, I win big.
Big. Yeah.
I mean, turn, a couple $1,000s to a couple $100,000. I think the risk is worth the reward.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, me personally, I know like the basics of crypto, but I don't. I mean, you spend several hours researching, or maybe even days, if you add up all the time that you're researching crypto. But like I said, I only know the basics of it. Me personally, I don't have any investments in crypto.
Not a financial advisor, but I'm telling you that we have. I saw something the other day that said Bitcoin's not going to hit $100,000 this year. Not a financial advisor, but the last top of the bull cycle was at
62.
64, 64,000, 67 maybe. We'll call it 70. We'll call it 70. It wasn't at 70, but it was just shy of it. So you're going to tell me that it went from $10,000 4 years before to 60 or to 70, and to turn around 4 years later in a bull cycle to go from, it was at 20 coming into it, but now we're not even into the bull cycle yet. The only reason that we are where we are right now is because the BlackRock ETFs.
The ETF.
So we have, what happened was, not a financial advisor, but you can do your own research. We have people are now able to talk to their brokers and be like, hey, you know what? Take X amount of my portfolio and put it into Bitcoin. When before you had to go through an app or
like Coinbase.
Or Binance or Crypto.com and buy it. So you attach that app to your bank account, then send money. Now you say, hey, you know what? I got $100,000 in my 401k. Take 25% and put it in Bitcoin at $70,000 and just let it ride. Whatever happens, happens. Well, it's a risk. It is a risk.
Absolutely. So wait, they put it into Bitcoin through an ETF?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly how that part is working, but I know that there's a Bitcoin ETF, and that's what the ETF is what they're putting money into.
Okay.
But I know that it's backed by the Bitcoin. At the end of the day, I mean, if it's not your keys, it's not your coins. Like, I make sure that I buy my own crypto, and I did learn my lesson from the last time because I did take a big hit, but my hit was from not pulling my money off the exchange. I was like, oh, well, my money's safe. It's in my wallet on the exchange. The exchange did they updated their terms of service. And what happened was they went from a crypto exchange to I think they tried to become brokers, and they loaned out billions of dollars. And then that's when the Sam Bankman-Fried gave money to his girlfriend who ran off with $9 billion of everyone's money. And, well, Voyager went bankrupt. That's where my money was at. But if I did what I did this time, I just pulled everything off. And, I mean, if something happens to me, then heaven forbid. But, like, no one's going to get that money because it's crypto and it's locked away.
So then the exchange, because like I said, I'm not too familiar. I mean, I know the basics, but the exchange, is that typically what you use to buy and sell crypto?
Imagine going to Amazon and saying, hey, I want to buy this. It's like an app. You
Correct.
Can go look what you're doing or look what you're trying to buy. And then you could look at the charts. You can go to TradingView, look at the charts, look at past history.
Okay.
On an app, there's apps that I have. I have several apps.
So
and I'll look at past history, where they've gone, and just look at the.
So the exchange, is that like similar to Coinbase?
Yes.
Okay. Same, essentially.
Same principle.
Okay.
They're
Gotcha.
all relatively the same.
So then what happened was you had money in the exchange. So you didn't have it into crypto. You just had it as a balance, like for you to be able to buy crypto if you wanted to. Or
say I had 5 Bitcoin. So my 5 Bitcoin were in my wallet.
Correct. I understand that. Okay.
But what happened was the exchange went bankrupt, and everything that was in my wallet went away.
Okay.
They took it all because now it's all under bankruptcy. Am I going to get that money back? I didn't have 5 Bitcoin, but I had money in there.
Correct.
And
okay.
We get back up to the bull market. Then last time I had a good amount of money, and I was like, oh, well, fuck it, we'll get back up there. It's a 4-year cycle. I never took into account that the exchanges themselves would be shady and go bankrupt.
Gotcha.
Didn't get any warning. It was like, hey, you can't move your money. I was like, what the fuck?
From one day to another?
One day to another. I mean, I'm pretty sure people were out there, they heard it, but crypto doesn't move that fast. Some coins take, a couple minutes, couple hours to move. Others, like, it just takes a while. So you could take 2 or 3 days with, Ethereum and just move slow.
Ethereum, okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
So, what is your number one conspiracy theory?
Ooh,
this is my favorite part.
This is your favorite part?
I love conspiracy theories.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, we could go down the rabbit hole on that one, but if I was to say it right now, Epstein. That's the only thing I got. Oh, you don't like that one?
It's not a conspiracy.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, okay.
I knew about Epstein in 2015.
Okay. But why do you think it's not a conspiracy theory?
Do you know how the whole thing came out?
I mean, I know the gist of it, but not in depth.
So the thing that brought that out was a man called Anthony Weiner. In 2015, Anthony Weiner, with context, Anthony Weiner is married to Uma Abedin. Uma Abedin was Hillary Clinton's number one. That was her right hand. So what happened was he got caught sexting a 15-year-old. So FBI went down there, fucking took all of his fucking electronics. So if you get caught doing some pedo stuff, then they're gonna go down and take your shit. So they took his phones, his laptops, and on his laptop there was a file that was labeled insurance. And in that file there were emails. A lot of stuff I had to look up. Like you can look up code words from the CIA. That's where the whole Pizzagate came in. There's a lot of stuff that happened in that first initial like data drop. There was also a video that came out, supposed video. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it. I know people who have read the transcripts, and they're like, "Do not look it up." I mean, I can tell you what it's called. Do not look it up, because you'll get flagged for child videos and scat videos. Supposedly, what happens is, I know a girl gets supposedly, I don't know if this is true. This is just what I heard, that someone's face gets cut off and someone else puts the face on. And it was all about adrenochrome, and that's where that all came from. So that Anthony Weiner stuff I knew in 2015. I knew that before Pizzagate. I knew that before Epstein's Island, because that video led back to Epstein's Island. And those emails led back to Epstein's Island. That's what all the insurance was for. And had people known that back then, I'm pretty sure things would have been different.
So, do you think Epstein's really dead?
I think that his death is irrelevant. Okay. I think that's if it is, if he is in fact dead, then may God have mercy on him. Like, hey, send him where he needs to go. It's not my job to do the forgiving. I'm not Jesus, and I don't forgive.
That's true.
I think the more important thing is whether or not our children are at risk, whether or not the people who were actually there doing those horrific things are brought to justice. And I think that we need to purge, not like the movie Purge, but I think that we need to fix our the law enforcement in the world to make sure that doesn't happen again. I think child sex trafficking is fucking horrible.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
And if it came down to it, where someone touched my kids, then I'm not God. I will not have mercy.
Yeah, but then
I will pay the ultimate price at the end.
But going back to we got to change justice pretty much. So what's all this stuff that anything that comes up, all of a sudden they just hide it away?
I think a lot of that is the elites. I think
the elites, right?
I think that. All right, fuck it. I think racism's bullshit. Honestly, I think racism bullshit, because we could sit here across the table from whoever the fuck. It doesn't matter, and we can be fine. It's proven that we can be fine. Everyone has their stigmas. Cool. Okay. But I think that if, as an older brother, if you can get your little kids, or your siblings to fight, you're just going to sit there and laugh at them while you do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do. So I think that these elites are sitting there making us fight over stupid shit.
So they want to divide us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I mean, at the end of it, have you ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones?
I have not.
Georgia Guidestones, and going back to that elite stuff and why they want us to fight and why they want us to fucking kill each other, is the Georgia Guidestones was, I don't know who funded it, but someone actually just blew it up a couple years ago. There were stones that were in Georgia, and it had there are several tablets in several different languages about the reset of the world and how the world should only have, I think, 500,000 people or something, some stupid number. And if you look at, I'm gonna call you out. I don't give a fuck. Bill Gates had a fucking a little seminar before COVID came out, and one of the things he says that if we do a really good job with vaccines, then we can reduce the population of the world. If that wasn't a sign to say, hey, you know what? Let's fucking take a step back and think about what we want to do before, like, we're doing it. I don't know. And also, I look at the fact that that man is also buying up a lot of the farmland in the United States. So a lot of the foods that you're eating are now bioengineered. A lot of the foods that you're eating could have been lab grown, like that lab grown meats now.
That's crazy.
And I tell everyone that comes up, I talk about the lab grown meat.
Yeah, but then going back to COVID, I mean, what happened to the technology industry? It boomed, right? Everybody, Zoom,
Well,
Teams, everything became pretty much.
So do they want us to stay in our houses now?
Control. I think it comes down to they want to control.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with control.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with control. But like I said, I mean, I love conspiracy theories, and these are all just theories.
Yeah, correct.
But I think they're fascinating.
Yeah.
You want to watch fucking what's it? 16 and Pregnant? Cool. I like conspiracy theories. That's me. I like the mystery behind it. Like, yo, is this real? Like, could this really be happening?
Yeah, that's true.
Is the Matrix real? Like, and then that what is it? The Mandela effects. I love Mandela effects because motherfucker, I knew that fucking Fruit of the Looms had a cornucopia. Fucking knew that shit. And all it took was someone to go through their clothes to find a fucking Fruit of the Looms thing with a cornucopia. I'm like, look, I told you it was there the whole time. Maybe it's all a psyop. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's-
That's what I'm saying,
mean,
man. I love these conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
They're like I said, they're all theories.
correct.
I don't know anything for sure. I would love to go to Antarctica and explore there. Just I have to be fucking warm because if it gets like 50 degrees, I got like 4 fucking sweaters on. Thank
You're
you for
definitely in Yuma, huh?
thank you for being here for fucking too long.
It's funny.
But yeah, like I said, I love conspiracy theories. I mean, I would like some new ones. That's why I asked. I want some new ones.
You want some new ones?
But I've been on this conspiracy theory thing for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many out there. Like I said, we could go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to YouTube like 2024 conspiracy theory to figure out what pops up. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna talk about lizard people and aliens. I like
Aliens?
how
Aliens?
I like how we had aliens supposedly in what was it, Miami, and like no one gave a fuck about them. Oh yeah, who cares? Whatever. Yeah, they'll come back. And then the people who don't believe in aliens are like, oh, it's because we're fucked up. Like, why would they want to come see us? Like, damn. But like I said, like I would love to fucking meet a couple fucking like extraterrestrials. Like, why would you come here? Like, I'm pretty sure this place is ghetto compared to where you are. Like, you got a fucking ship that goes fucking like, I wish I knew how fast it went. I was gonna throw out a number, but I don't even know.
No, how fast the capabilities what they have.
They could just be cruising and just, oh, I'm there. Like 10 times light speed. Like that's like less than an instant. Man. But yeah. So you no conspiracy theories, no new ones.
No new ones. I don't have any. I wish I did, Mo.
All right, well, as far as specials from the lending side of the house,
Ooh. Okay.
what do you guys got going on?
There's something coming down the grapevine that the state of Arizona is going to come out with a new program here shortly. We don't know for sure when it's going to come out, but it's going to be hopefully in the near coming future. This year, they're saying.
What kind of a program?
A down payment assistance program. Yeah.
Oh.
So they'll help you basically get into a home. Yeah. Going back to, like I said, I don't know the information. It's just down the grapevine that maybe even next month they will release it. That's going to hopefully help more individuals become a home buyer.
I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would recommend stop renting. You're paying you might be paying more for rent than you would on a mortgage if you buy a decent enough house. And there's no shame in getting a manufactured home.
Oh, absolutely
My first house that I bought was a manufactured home,
Okay.
and essentially it was like drywall, but the drywall was like cement infused. So if everything in the house burnt up, I still have a structure because the walls were flame resistant, or flame retardant, something like that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But that was a few years ago. Maybe
But that
stuff's
wasn't
changed.
was it in Arizona? Yeah. Oh,
Right down
okay.
the street
Oh, okay.
off
Nice.
of 10E.
Sweet.
Long time ago, and I'm pretty sure stuff is better now. I mean, and with any house, you can customize stuff to where, hey, I don't want the brittle cabinets. You can upgrade cabinets, so you can get an actual house that stays cooler, because that house was like, it'd be 80 degrees in the house after being in the summer all day, and we come home from work, whatever, and in 10 minutes the house was cool.
Oh, nice.
So you didn't need to have your AC running all day long to. But yeah, I mean, I would highly suggest people just hey. So GTG is after 3 people.
Okay.
It started after 3 people. It was 3 Marines that I lost over the years. 2 were at the end of last year. My buddy Gatewood, who passed in 2014, used to tell me, the first G, he used to tell me that a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So I'm telling you guys, go ask.
Go ask.
It could be a no, but it could be a yes. It's a
Okay.
house. Ask the question.
Yeah. I need to take that own advice from you. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a closed mouth doesn't get fed. If you don't ask that
Ask for
question, then you'll never get the answer. Don't assume, because there's programs out there that can get you into that house.
Yeah. And then you won't find out until once you apply, we review all your information, your whole scenario. And that's what we're here for, to help you achieve that goal.
Yeah. Well, so the reason that I wanted this episode was because when I was buying the house, it was every day was new and exciting. I was building a house. I would come down here every day, and it was, I don't know, I took pictures. I took pictures of sticks. I took pictures of, not sticks, the walls being put up. I took pictures of when the drywall got put up, when they laid down tile. I had pictures and videos of everything, and I was excited, but I wasn't depressed, and I wasn't feeling bad.
Okay.
I was looking forward to something. So I'm just trying to get you guys to get that same feeling. I would love for you guys to go out there and buy your own house and to get out of apartments. I know that times may seem tough right now, but bad times aren't all times. But until then, I love you guys.